Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to Brown's Junk in the Trunk sale. It is the first Saturday of the month and the flea market is going on. I am excited about this. It's actually pretty nice out at the moment. It's like 8:30 in the morning. There's a breeze blowing. The sun occasionally goes behind the clouds. Feels pretty good out, but it's gonna get very, very warm. So we gotta do some quick thrifting today. I have to be out of here by noon anyway. Got some things to do, but we're gonna find some good deals. I'm gonna find some things for my own personal collection. We're gonna find some stuff for the van collection. That's kind of like my main thing I'm really looking for today is van collection stuff. We're gonna find some oh geez, never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna find some good stuff, but
I bought it all
this guy probably already bought everything. Do I even wanna know what's in your bag there?
Yes, you do.
Ooh, I'll show you guys what this is. I'm getting all choked up because I'm so excited. I'll show you guys what this is. So, all right, we're gonna find some good stuff today. Again, I'm looking for mainly, I don't say mainly stuff for my van collection, but I'm looking for stuff for the van collection, but we're gonna find some good stuff for my own personal collection too, unless this guy bought everything, which he probably did. So, all right, let's go do some thrifting. Let's go find some good deals, and I'm actually really excited about this. All right, so regardless of what I find today, doesn't matter because I have been looking for this for probably like 2 decades now. I've been on the hunt, if not longer. I've been on the hunt for this and I have not been able to find it. It is the slipcover to the 2008, I think it was, re-release of Spice World. I have the DVD, brand new factory sealed. I do not have the slipcover. Well, now I do, and we're doing a little bit of trading here. I got the Akira Blu-ray slipcover that you needed. So this is awesome. Again, I've been on the hunt for this for such a long time. I regretted so badly not buying this back when it came out, but at that point I wasn't like collecting for Spice Girls as much, and then like a couple years later I started to and realized I should have bought this because I can never find the slipcover. So that is awesome. Thank you. You added a nice little I don't know, holy grail to my Spice Girl collection. I appreciate that. And apparently you made a pretty penny off the actual DVD itself. Yeah, it's out of print. So that's awesome. That's cool. So all right, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So again, whether or not I find anything else today, doesn't matter. I got a Spice Girls slipcover. All right, so first table I hit up, of course, I'm finding a whole bunch of Vinylmations. We got, I believe, an Army Man. Is this from from Toy Story? We've got the Fairy Godmother. There's Buzz. There's Simba, and there's the unicorn also from, I believe, from Toy Story. That is awesome. $5 total for all of those. I think I might have maybe like 1 or 2 of these. I don't know. I'm just gonna grab them all for $5. He also has a large beast here, which is really awesome. That is cool. I'm very tempted to grab this, but I don't know. I gotta be good when it comes to the Vinylmations. He only wants $20 for it, which is a really good deal, but I don't know. They also made a Pete and Elliot. That is awesome. There's a Bolt. I've never seen that. The Genie. This is a really cool set. I've never seen these before. That is awesome. I don't know. I'm gonna say for right now, I'm gonna be good. We'll see. If I don't find anything else, I might have to come back for the Beast. Here's a couple of bins of DVDs, but unfortunately, it's mostly stuff I either already have or just stuff I don't necessarily need. Now, don't get me wrong. There is stuff in here I would not mind picking up for the van collection, but I want on Blu-ray. I gotta hold out, even though I could just grab some stuff on DVD for now, just to have as a placeholder, and then eventually replace it with a Blu-ray. I don't know. I want to just hold out and wait till I find things like Kick-Ass 2. Definitely want that for the van, but I want it on Blu-ray. I'm just gonna be good. I'm gonna hold out. I'm not gonna pick any of this up. Again, it's all stuff I just don't really need, unfortunately. But again, good stuff in here. I'm tempted by things like Queen, the DVD collection. But will I ever watch that? Probably not. So I'm gonna be good. I'm just gonna walk away from the first DVD, the first movies I found today. A whole bunch of bins full of stuff and just nothing I need. All right, here we go. We're finding some for your consideration releases of About a Boy and the Born Identity. These are really cool. I used to collect stuff like this back in the day, but not so much anymore. And I just bought it for the collectability of it. But now I kind of pass on that stuff. However, what I don't want to pass on is this, The Crow on Blu-ray for $2. Again, a movie I have in my own, of course it's my own, that I have in my main collection, but I want to also have in the van collection as well. So I'm going to grab The Crow. That is pretty awesome. They've got The Hangover, the Lonesome Dove collection, Seasons of Seinfeld. I think though, out of all of this, again, they have things like Warriors, good stuff. But out of all of this, I think the only thing I necessarily need is the Crow. But yeah, if I could find things like Saving Private Ryan on Blu-ray for the van, that would be good. Even the Ocean's 11 trilogy, or well, I guess it's a quadrilogy now. I would totally pick all those up for the van. But all right, for right now, for $2, I'm just gonna grab the Crow. I was beginning to get excited by all these records for only $1 a piece because they have some interesting things in here like Bobby Brown, and they had Madonna, all kinds of cool stuff that made me think maybe I would find some Spice Girls in here, but unfortunately, no Spice Girls, and I don't think anything I necessarily want. Again, some interesting things, but nothing I necessarily need. They did have a couple of laser discs, though. Things like the Pioneer Laser Optics 2 demo disc. That is cool, but I had that already. And they also had 2001 A Space Odyssey, which is really cool, but not something I need on laser discs, so I'm going to end up passing on that. Yeah, unfortunately, I got no Spice Girls, which is what I was mainly looking for. I think the demographic for records wasn't the teenage girls in like the mid 90s. So even though I do have a couple of Spice Girl records in my collection from back in the mid 90s, they're hard to find. You don't come across them very often. I have maybe one or two singles. I have I think one like full album. That's about it. They're very hard to find. Someday I'll find them. All right, so I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. I just went down the first half of the first row, but I'm gonna skip all these rows for now. I'm gonna head just immediately to the back and just work my way from the back to the front. Why? I don't know. I usually find better things like towards the back of the flea market here. So I'm gonna maybe jinx myself by saying that, but yeah, I'm gonna go from the back to the front because I'm gonna tell myself this is where all the good stuff is. Yes, definitely did not jinx myself. A bunch of records, CDs, a couple DVDs, and like one Blu-ray back there, but nothing I needed. Also, there's like 3 other people looking through all that stuff as well, so I did not jinx myself. I'm finding a few more DVDs over here, but again, nothing I actually need for my main collection or for the van collection. However, going through all the CDs, I did find one thing I think I want to pick up. This is the New Mexican Disaster Squad Western Addiction. I have no idea who this is. I don't know what this is, but it's put out by No Idea Record, a punk rock record company. So I don't know this band. I have no idea who this band is, but they're on a record label that I do tend to enjoy music from. So for the heck of it, I'm gonna pick this up. It was $1. I don't know, taking a chance. Won't actually be able to listen to it until I get home because heaven forbid modern day cars come with CD players. But yeah, for $1, I don't know. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna check it out. But again, I will have to wait until I get home and put it into my computer that also doesn't have a CD disc drive. Only has I have an external disc drive for it. I don't get it. I feel like the world's going like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with technology. Why can't we just continue to have disc drives? Anyway, I'm looking forward to checking this out. If you are familiar with this band, leave your comments down below. Because again, I have no idea who or what this is. Okay, here we go. Finally finding Blu-rays. Not a whole bunch of DVDs and some really good stuff too, like Cars and Coco and Avatar. There's Toy Story 3, Frozen, a lot of good stuff. Turtles right there. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Aladdin, my all-time favorite Disney movie. So again, lots of good stuff, but I think the only thing I'm actually going to pick up for just $2 is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the classic animated movie. I would have grabbed a couple more from that guy, but unfortunately some are either water damaged or the discs were not in the best condition. I would have definitely grabbed things like the live action How the Grinch Stole Christmas and stuff like that, but they were all like slightly scratched up. And again, if I'm buying something for the van, something I already own in my main collection, it better be like super completely 100% mint. This actually was completely 100% mint. So yeah, for $2, why not? It's a classic. I have to have this in the van collection. Here's something you surprisingly don't find all that much anymore, or at least I don't find all that much anymore. They got a bunch of Game Boy Advance games here, but unfortunately they are ones I I already own. I have the SpongeBob, I have the Power Rangers, I have the Duel Masters, I have this is awesome, the Pac-Man collection. I love that game, but I already have it. They do have a couple of interesting Wii games like Attack of the Movies 3D. I'm kind of intrigued by that one. I've never seen that one. That is pretty cool. They also have Luxor 3, which is really good, but I don't know. They're things I'd be picking up for Sean, not necessarily me, so I don't think he would really want any of those. When it comes to things I pick up for things I want to buy mainly for me, not so much for Sean, I try to stick to like $1 or $2. I mean, $5 is a fantastic deal, but I don't know. For something that I will probably never actually play and that Sean might not actually ever play either, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna end up passing on those. But awesome to see Game Boy games in the wild. I don't know why these have like completely dried up. I rarely ever see them. And it's getting to the point now where I don't want to say I have everything, but I can't find much in the way of anything I need. Should I be taking this as a good sign? I'm finding yet another Game Boy game here. This is a Game Boy Color game of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Not so great for the Game Boy Color. Surprisingly though, the ones for the Game Boy Advance are actually really good. I play those all the time, but I have this. I don't need that, so I'm gonna end up passing on that. But that's now two tables in a row of with Game Boy games, which is pretty awesome. I say I never find them, and now I'm finding them. We've also got a whole bunch of interesting cassette tapes down here, all brand new factory sealed. And I was getting excited when I saw things like Dead-Eye Dick and Hog and stuff like that, because again, I'm thinking maybe possibly Spice Girls, but there's nothing here. Although I do have, I think, everything Spice Girls on cassette that I want. I just don't have them all brand new factory sealed. That's something I need, but unfortunately there's nothing here. So all right, that's good to find all those Game Boy games. Maybe no, I mean I'm jinxing myself once again by saying this, but maybe I'll start finding Game Boy games I need. Maybe. I think it might have been just yesterday. Some of you guys left comments telling me to buy more Funko Pops, and I'm finding some really awesome ones here from A Bug's Life, which has me really tempted, but I don't know. They're not in box. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be buying these. I know I shouldn't be buying these, and I don't think I am going to buy them, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said that these weren't extremely tempting, but I don't need them. They even have stands, but I'm gonna not take your advice. I'm gonna not buy more Funko Pops. I've been down that road. It's a road I don't want to go down again. Again, yet another Game Boy game, but unfortunately one I also already have. So I don't know. I'm now finding. I said I can't find Game Boy games, and now I'm finding Game Boy games all over the place here at the flea market. Though again, unfortunately, it's all a bunch of games I already have. It's really difficult to find games I said I can't find Game Boy games, and now I'm finding Game Boy games. So I'm gonna say I can't find Game Boy games I need. So now I'm gonna find a whole bunch of Game Boy games I need, right? Maybe, and I don't need Man of Steel. Although that's a really cool Blu-ray Blu-ray release of Man of Steel. Is it missing a slip? Maybe, but I have it. I don't need it. Now this is where I have to tell myself I gotta be good. There's a whole bunch of Disney stuff here, and really cool Disney stuff, including Duffy stuff, which has me there's a bunch of Duffy stuff here. There's these like weird Duffy purses, which are kind of cool. I've never seen those before. And there's a Duffy down here with tags, with outfits, which is something you don't see all that often. $50 for all this, which is a pretty good deal, but I don't know. Do I really need to be picking up Duffy outfits for Sean? Probably not, but at the same time, it's very tempting to do that. I have a Duffy myself, and mine is naked. I wouldn't mind having like a Woody costume for him or something, or a Buzz Lightyear costume. That'd be pretty cool. So I don't know. I feel like again, it's a really good deal. By the way, all these VHS here are brand new factory seal. Look at the White Fang and Iron Will double feature. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. They also got a Yacht and Beach Club print back there for only $25. That is my favorite Disney resort. I wouldn't mind having that hanging up in the house somewhere too. The prices aren't bad. Again, $25 for that, heck of a deal. $50 for all the Duffy, heck of a deal. Only $15 for little like purse guys, heck of a deal. But do I need this stuff? Probably not. It is really difficult to walk away from all those Duffy Bears, but again, her pricing was good. It's not that they were they were badly priced. It's just that, I mean, Sean literally has like 4 or 5, it's like 6, maybe more Duffies at this point. So yeah, I'm more than happy to buy him more Duffies, but I gotta find them for like really cheap. Like paying what they go for, or even like that, a little bit under what they go for. Like I don't know. Like he's got like 6+ Duffies as it is. I gotta be good. he only needs them if the price is right. But the price was right on this, a Disney MGM Studios theme park vanity plate. I do use these as decor for the library. $5 for this. That seemed like a good deal. So wanted to pick that up. I really want those Duffies. I just can't drop $50. Even though again that's such a good deal for the outfits. I just can't drop $50 right now. I'm still just trying to talk myself out of walking back over there and picking up those Duffies. So what I'm telling myself also is that there's Kick-Ass on Blu-ray. What I am trying to tell myself is that Sean, he just turned 11 years old. He's going into the 6th grade. It's only a matter of time until he just does not care about Duffy, the Disney bear, anymore. I mean, yeah, he'll probably always keep his main Duffy, the one he's had since he was a child. I'm sure he'll keep that. I won't let him get rid of that. I'll hold on to it if he, for whatever reason, doesn't want to hold on to it. That's a keepsake, if you will. But all the other Duffies he has, all the other Duffy stuff he has, I could see in the not too distant future him having pretty much no interest in keeping those, or just having no interest in Duffy whatsoever as he becomes a teenager. So again, spending $50 on something he might like for like another year and then not care about it anymore. That's why I gotta be good. I gotta find out how much this is. All right, so the Kick-Ass was a Kick-Ass deal. Sorry, kids. The Kick-Ass, I'm gonna say it again, was only $1 for the Blu-ray. Definitely a title I have to have in the van. I love this movie, and the sequel is really good as well. Did they do like a double feature set? I gotta try to find that set. If I can find that set, that'd be amazing. Any what's I'm looking for? Any condensing I can possibly do for not just the van, but for my main collection as well. Any condensing would be good at this point. I need to make room. But anyway, for a buck, yeah, I had to pick this up. Things I used to own but sold. Here's the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Deluxe CAV Laserdisc set. That is cool for only $5. Now, yeah, it's the box is falling apart a little bit, but that is really cool. There's also Rain Man on Laserdisc behind there as well, which is really, really cool. Again, I used to have this in my collection. I think I used to have Rain Man as well, if I'm not mistaken, but like I just sold all this stuff off again. I don't need this stuff. I have it on Blu-ray. That's actually, I think do I have this on 4K? I have it on 4K. I have it on Blu-ray, whatever I have it on. I have it on a higher definition, more modern format, and that's all I ever watch. So that's why I don't need that stuff anymore. But I can't deny seeing the amazing box set here, whatever you want to call it, the amazing set here, the limited edition set here for $5. It's tempting. I'm possibly making a mistake here. I really should stick to my guns of like $2 or less for stuff for the van, but I don't know. I'm finding Alice in Wonderland, the 60th anniversary edition, and Beauty and the Beast, the 25th anniversary edition. They also have things like Inside Out and Brave and Princess and the Frog. Basically, a good chunk of the Disney stuff I do want to get for the van, but they were two for $5, which is a good deal, which is a heck of a deal, but it is 50 cents a piece over my limit. And the reason why I want to kind of stick to a $2 limit is because I do find Blu-rays for $2 and like $1 and $2 all the time. So I know it's only 50 cents more, not a big deal, but I probably should start really sticking to my limit of $2 or less, unless it's something rare or obscure or something I just like really have to have like immediately or something like that. But when it comes to the van stuff, I gotta give myself a limit, and I went over the limit, but only by 50 cents, so not bad. Anyway, all right, I had to pick up both of these for the van collection. If I'm not going to drop $50 on an amazing set of Duffy clothes and whatnot, then I think I'm gonna have to hold off on dropping $500 on the most amazing Brer Bear plush I've ever seen in my entire life. I never knew they made a plush of Brer Bear this size. I'm going to assume they made the other characters in the same size. I have no idea. That is awesome. That That is insane. That thing's, I mean, it's, if we stood him up, he'd probably be bigger than me. That is really, really cool. Yeah, that is awesome. Do you know if they made the other ones? Don't know?
Yeah. My brother-in-law bought them the Disney tunnels.
Wow. That is in the corridors?
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Wow.
He said he debated on it for a few weeks.
Yeah?
Before he got up the gumption to buy him.
Wow.
Back then he was spicy.
Yeah, probably. That's cool. All right, well, that's the coolest thing I've seen at the flea market.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Have a great day. You make the YouTube videos?
I do make the YouTube videos.
I put your sticker in my store.
Oh, awesome.
Put it on the wall.
Oh, yes. I still got to make my way out to your store. Yes.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Boxes and boxes of 50-cent DVDs, but unfortunately, nothing here I need to pick up. There is a very small little list of movies that are either really hard to find on Blu-ray, or were actually, I think, never released a Blu-ray, or maybe only through like Warner Archives or something like that. So they're more obscure. The Blu-rays are either out of print or hard to find, or obscure, or something like that. So there's a small little collection of little list of movies for the van I want to pick up on DVD. I don't actually need to have them on Blu-ray, but there were none. There were none there. I was hoping maybe, just keeping out hope. I had hope that I'd find some of those titles, but no. There's a couple of DVDs down here. Now it's mostly stuff it's pretty much all stuff I already have. However, they do have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on DVD. I think this is one of the titles that's on my list of things that is like more difficult to find on Blu-ray. I think this was only released on Blu-ray through like the Disney. It's a Disney movie called Exclusive, right? I think. I'm like 95% sure. I think I have it in my main collection, but I think it would be hard to find on Blu-ray for the van. So I will pick this up on DVD. It was only $1. I'm gonna grab that for the van collection. If I'm wrong about that, you guys let me know. But I'm pretty sure it's hard to find on Blu-ray. So why not pick it up for $1 on DVD? Again, I gotta say it. I gotta be good, because do I need horror posters? No. Do I have anywhere to put horror posters? I do not. Do I have anywhere to put these really interesting, weird ceramic heads? I do not. I think we already have this. Like 95% sure we already have this blow mold at home. The jacks. We don't need that. There's a whole bunch of awesome horror stuff there that I've got to walk away from, because I don't have anywhere to put that stuff. It's cool stuff, but if I have nowhere to actually store it, and it's just going to find its way into the garage collecting dust, then why buy it? You guys always yell at me, "Dad, don't be good, just buy this stuff." But come on, what am I going to do with it? No, I literally have nowhere to put that stuff. Okay, this is actually really awesome, and I totally want to pick up the Titanic just because of that right there. Take the Voyage Home on video cassette. I would totally pick this up for the library. The issue is it's been glued to it was like a display piece. It's been glued to a piece of like Formica or something back there, and I don't know if this is the size of a normal poster frame or not. It looks like maybe it's been, can't tell if it's just like dinged up or been cut, so I have no idea if it's been cut to fit that, or if it is the size of a regular poster frame, and I could just go out and buy a frame and stick that in it and be good to go, or not. I have no idea. I gotta find one of these though. That is cool. That would take over other posters. I have a few select posters hanging up in the library. That would trump the other posters. I would take the other posters down. I would hang this one up immediately. But I don't know, and I don't want to buy it and find out it's not going to be able to be hung up in the library. So that one's difficult to talk myself out of right now. And of course, because we are in Florida, I had to find a bunch of popcorn buckets here at the flea market. Look at the cool Barbie ones. That's pretty awesome. They've got Frozen 2, but they're pretty tiny, and then some other random ones. But the Sonic ones are cool. They're both plastic though. This one I would probably grab for Sean, because he wants something to put his change in. But I don't know, it's not in the best condition, and I kind of wanted to get him a metal one, not a plastic one. So even though they're only $5 a piece, I'm probably gonna pass on those, unfortunately. He does like Frozen 2. It's one of his favorite Disney movies, but it's a very tiny little bucket, so I'm gonna pass on that. The Barbie one, that's kind of like the right size, but I don't think Sean has any interest in Barbie, so we'll be passing on the popcorn buckets, unfortunately. All right, it's getting warm. I don't know what's more amazing here. The Pokemon posters, which are really cool. You got 3 different ones. Those are awesome. You've got a Donald Duck poster back there. Are those cooler than the big owl here with the tags and all his clothing? I actually have this plush at home. Mine does not have a hat. Mine does not have a tag, and mine does not have the vest either. That is cool. And of course, he's got a ton of Ghostbusters figures, which I used to have as a kid. I had pretty much all these. I had the carrying case as well as a kid. I actually did not have a Motu growing up. My cousin was big into Masters of the Universe. I didn't have a lot of those. I did have Beetlejuice. I did not have Swamp Thing. That's cool. That's a pretty awesome figure right there. I had Care Bear plush. I never had the Care Bear vinyl figures though. Those are pretty awesome. I know. You don't want to hear it, but I feel like I've got to be good. The other issue is I have to be good because people like that know what they have. That guy, all this stuff is priced accordingly. Again, not badly priced, just I don't know. I'm looking for the deals. I'm looking for the Pokemon posters for like $5 a piece, not $40 a piece. So yeah, I've got to pass on the Pokemon posters and all the toys I don't need, unless I come across them for like $1 a piece, in which case then I will definitely pick up vintage Ghostbuster figures. And that Swamp Thing, yeah, if that was $1, I would have bought that, but I did not buy it, so it was more than $1. All right, so we're pretty much done here at the flea market, but I am finding one more little stack here of Blu-rays. Some interesting things too, like Grease, but unfortunately it's the full screen DVD, but it's still pretty cool. There's the Cloverfield 3 movie collection, so definitely some good stuff in here, like Freddy versus Jason for only $2. I should probably be picking that up, but I think I'm gonna end up just passing on that one for now. But I am gonna pick up these, a brand new factory sealed Cloverfield 3 movie collection. Again, I'm trying to find sets to condense things, so grabbing that for the van. I do already have this the same set in my main collection, but yeah, for the van I'm going to grab that for not $3 but $2, and then for $5 I am picking up the Star Wars trilogy here for the van. I do have this in my main collection, so not a bad way to end things off. Two sets for the van, and priced well, so that's good. I'm happy. But all right, again, it's very warm, and we've come to the end of the last row, so I think we're done. All right, guys, so yeah, that's gonna do it for Brown's Junk in the Trunk sale. Not too bad, made good timing today. Only took me 2 hours to get through the entire. Does that person have a whole bunch of? There's a person down there with a whole bunch of blow molds that I did not see. They got to those before me. I wonder what they paid for those. Anyway, I always hate looking into other people's carts, because sometimes you see some pretty cool stuff that you're kind of bummed you didn't get to first. I really want to know how much that guy paid for all those blow molds. Anyway, but yeah, found some good stuff today. Mostly things for the van collection, but that's kind of what I was looking for today. Kind of what I figured I would probably end up finding today. And yeah, got some cool stuff. Thankfully, Chuck came to the rescue with the amazing Spice Girl slipcover he found, or Spice World slipcover he found for me the other day. That was awesome. Got some Vinylmations to start things off. All in all, a pretty good day here at the flea market. But yeah, the heat is definitely coming. It was really nice when I got here. It's not so nice anymore, and it's only gonna get warmer. But again, I did make really good timing today. Only 2 hours to get through the entire flea market, as opposed to last time I was here, which for some reason took me like forever to get through, even though it was the same exact size. But again, good timing today. I'm happy. I'm out of here. It's like 10:30. I'm already done. I got things to do back at home. I'm trying to look for price tags. I don't know. It actually said it was a set. I saw a set of 3, but I didn't see a price. But I bet you got a good deal on those. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check down below for links to Patreon. Check down below for links to Spreadshirt. Check down below for a link to my other channel, Retro Rest Stop, for daily adventure videos. That's gonna do it. I'm so beat right now. Hit the join button also to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all my videos. So, all right, guys, again, that is gonna do it from Brown's Junk in the Trunk sale, where I'm happy. I got a bag here full of pretty good finds. Definitely some good pickups today, even if mostly stuff I technically already own. that I am just picking up as a second copy to keep in the in Vanabelle. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching, guys. I need that lemonade. Bye.